Sam.
What's going on, y'all? It is the Bro Show, and I'm your man, Samuel Speaks. My co-host, Rob, is on the road again, doing what he got to do. And I got my co-host, my lady friend over here.
It's your girl, Miss V. I'm caught way off guard, not even focusing or paying attention, but I apologize. I'm here.
Yeah,
All right.
So we get ready to go over these two topics and do what we do. One of these topics is how COVID kind of screwed with the dynamics of relationships. And when I say relationships, I mean all relationships, family, significant others, cousins, and it kind of put us on this trajectory to kind of not dealing with each other like we supposed to. It's funny because I'm sitting here dating like,
I was ready to say something back, but then I was like, what? He just say, okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Because a lot of people, like, it made you have to face a reality that some people wasn't living in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Having to actually sit still and be with your significant other or be around your family kind of made you kind of start seeing shit for what the fuck it really was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people weren't ready to deal with that. And after the fact, I don't know statistically, but I'm quite sure you can start pulling up statistics. And
Sam, pull your mic all the way in, please.
Yes,
yeah, whichever one you want to talk directly into.
I think statistically, if we start changing numbers, I guarantee the breakup rate around that time was ridiculous. Because we are surrounded by so many distractions in life. Like, we got all of these distractions going on that we got social media, we got the job, we got the gym, we got the happy hour, we running around, we doing this, the kids in school, and it's like to have to cut all of that off and sit still, some of us can't function in that.
And that I think that COVID thing made a big difference in everything, even how the children learn. You realize, my kid think 1 + 1 is Jello. Like, you really realize that they going to school killing time for real. They weren't learning anything.
To sit still when you have to actually deal with your child.
Yeah.
Because your child isn't in school, which is the babysitter nowadays. And you have to sit there and say, okay, get your coloring book out. Get this piece of paper. Let me see how many apples did Johnny have after Johnny. You said,
I don't know. Apple pie. I don't know. I don't know. It's how they be.
It's not cool.
Yeah, I think COVID changed the outlook on a lot of things, especially relationships, because you realize how I don't even like this motherfucker. Is that you calling? Yeah. Like, you realize
we was around each other for a period
so
of time.
many hours of the day.
It's crazy. The funny part about it, why not even that long? It's just the point that we had to stop doing all the other shit we was
COVID
doing.
shutdown lasted like a year.
No, I'm just saying. In actuality, that's not long. You know what I'm saying?
It's long to people who realize this shit is long.
It's really not that long. Like,
yeah.
Just had to sit the fuck still. That's all that was, and nobody know how to sit still.
Hey, Shantae. Hey, Kim Pearl.
It's like, I know I didn't sit still because I kept going to work. I wasn't listening to nothing.
Yeah, I worked throughout COVID.
I got the fuck up and went to work.
Yeah, I wasn't off either.
But I just know that it did change the dynamics of everything. Think about it. Excuse me. It changed the dynamic of your job relationship.
It did.
Going to work, having friends. Excuse me. Having that work husband.
Yes, God.
And we got these things that we don't realize that we do. You have a certain amount of time.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Shantae.
She
loved it.
And you communicate with your kids, your family, and then when you drop them off, then it goes into your time of you going to work.
Normally it would.
Yeah, and then it's like then coming home and like that whole dynamics, all of that has changed. Now you just right here with this motherfucker in front of you.
The whole day. This big motherfucker, like, what the fuck? Are you gonna move over? Dang, is this your foot touching kidding me? Like, you realize
I think
people on your job, yo, you don't wash your hands. You supposed to sanitize. Bitch, I did not hear the toilet flush. I didn't. So it make you, and I'm a person who, you know me, everything is like, oh. So it made me critique people down to this dirty motherfucker.
I think that was y'all gotta excuse me, man. The pollen is like killing me. And I think it's like the shirt that I got on is carrying in the shirt. But
oh yep, I didn't even think about that when I saw it.
It's like that was the beginning of a reset.
Mm-hmm.
Like
a life reset.
I don't know if y'all paying attention, but we been reset. Everything is getting taken off of the board, scrambled up, and then it's gonna come back a different way.
I actually ended my relationship a month before COVID shutdown started. I was all for that shit. I was for it. Sam, I don't know. You just popped this shirt now. What's the thought of you saying is in the shirt and you popped it? Maybe you feel like it's me.
When I walked in,
it grabbed you.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of changed the dynamics of how we deal with each other. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, it brought out more people like me, I think, being more direct and upfront towards people, and it exposed a lot of people that's not ready for shit like that.
Because now I'm right here, and it's direct, it's in your face. You gonna deal with it or not? What you gonna do?
Because usually you can run.
Yeah, and you can't really find your way around anything, and it actually helped people like me that want to talk to people, and nobody could run anywhere. You go on social media, you know what? Let me see if V going live today, because now you know what I mean. So it kind of gave everybody an aspect of being who they want to be.
It to me, it made me expose my world to people. That's the only way I can explain that.
Yeah, because now you have
to kind of made me more
bring people into your space.
Yeah, more,
hey, Bishop Buki. Hey, Ron.
It made me more talkative and more wanting to be more verbal because I wasn't this verbal. And it made me not that I was afraid. I think most time people just didn't understand where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Or where I'm at in my mind. And when I start talking, people look at me crazy. I think that kind of COVID had something to do with that changing the dynamics. It changed our relationship with music, the way we was doing music, because you had more DJs going live and
where most DJs probably did a party, did a function, but it really opened up to me for DJs because you got to see what certain DJs look like. You get to see. Go from when they did the like the verses, the DJs on. Oh my God, I thought all of those were nice. The way, the way they did concerts was different. Like everything was a battle, and it was great.
It brought out our creativity.
Yes, you had to be creative. You have to be your authentic self during COVID.
Yes,
that's the main thing.
You can't keep going live and not be who you really are, because people will pick you apart.
Yeah, then some people who, you know, if your mate wasn't good for nothing other than sex because all you got was sex.
After about 72 hours of y'all fucking, you probably got about tired of that
I'm
shit.
done, and that shit was still in March, the month they shut down started. So you realize that's all he brings to the table is that. That's all you got. You gotta get ready to go. You know what I mean?
It kind of made us start having conversations about life, real conversations, because it's like financially, like what the fuck are we prepared for? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people not prepared for nothing. You sneeze too hard and all your shit out of whack. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was like a reality.
Get a brain aneurysm sneezing too hard.
Like, you know, you basically pay rent to somebody that. If something shut down, you think they really gonna come and do something? They not gonna do
They ain't coming. They ain't even care if y'all ate. Mike Willie said, "Hey, Miss V. Hey, Sam Speaks and Big Rob on the road."
You know.
Hey, Mike. I need to see who was Mike.
My man Mike.
Yeah, because he always comment, and I appreciate his views on Instagram.
Man, Mike go back to Boy Scouts.
Yo even said, and Big Rob on the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, that COVID made everything appear like you had to look and see. Like people take like medical assistance for granted. They take their health for granted. Like people like me who with diabetes, it made you look at like what you gonna do without the insulin. What are you going to do to save your own life around here? If push come to shove.
It was a reality check. That's the way I look at it. It was like
focus up. What can you do with
shut all this shit? It's like when you was little, how your mother or your grandma might say, put all that shit down, shut that shit down, take your ass in.
When it's very rain, especially when it's very thunderstorm, turn all the lights off.
You had to go in that room and just be quiet.
In those days, that's how I learned to read, and that's why I love reading more than I love TV. Because when we were younger, oh, nope, it's storming, turn that off. Oh, turn this off. You know, you had to stay in the room. Punishment was just punished. I mean, TV was only in downstairs, so you couldn't watch anything.
When you think about that, we didn't have TV in every room.
Nope, we had our TV. We had one.
Room TV.
So imagine being punished in your room was on the third floor.
Little TV.
You couldn't even hear. You might have had that part. We had, I remember a TV we had with the knobs on the side. I mean, you know, TV, everything was different. And it makes you think, like, how is our children going to function in a world like what we had, that we was minimized to? So, do you think your children can function?
So, going into this next topic, we're going to kind of bounce back and forth between these two topics. Today, I was invited by the movement team to speak to some youth and man,
it's hard
reality checks, man. Reality checks. Sometimes you be off in your own world.
Maya Blue too on over on YouTube. I wanted to get the comment out before I pass it. Said TV with the pliers. Yeah. That's throwback for you.
But I kind of had a couple reality checks and a bunch of aha moments today, and one of the themes that kept reoccurring was taking constructive criticism. And it made me think when I came out, I was like, let's talk about that because a lot of black people don't know how to take constructive criticism. So my friends was kind of telling me like, okay, you know, lead with this, you got the, you know what I'm saying? Like they was giving me all of these pointers, and in my mind, as they talking to me, I'm like, oh, I gotta talk about that, because the average, I'm not even gonna say the average black person can't take constructive criticism.
True, Shantae said facts.
Not realizing that you have to listen to your peers, because they are right there with you. They see what you doing and what you not doing. Like they watch.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not listen to what they have to say?
Right.
Stop taking every goddamn thing personal. I've never taken anything personal because I know.
Rob King is joining. Hey y'all. Hey Rob. I'm trying to see. I can't add him from my page.
I never took anything personal because I know that most of the time your ancestors and God speak to you through other people, and it's not always about the messenger, it's about the message. That's what you're supposed to be listening for. It's the message.
But see, that's another thing saying where dynamics changed. When we were younger, it came out as jokes, but it was still constructive criticism. Whatever jokes you got in middle school, you already knew in high school. Let me straighten this up. My walk is ugly. My lips are big. My this, my that. Oh, you don't change your bra enough. You don't got on deodorant. Like those jokes were the constructive criticism. Now, a kid get a funny joke and their feelings hurt. It's called bullying. And they think when they get older, they're going to be cushioned, and they're not.
They are different in so many ways than we were. I was having a conversation, and I was like, yo, they just way different. They in a whole different
raise it
space.
Up. Maybe if you raise it up.
They are in a whole different space than where we were. Like they're coming in with the hoods on, the hat on,
ski face,
down low, don't want to talk. It's funny because I'll be observing how today's youth they'll be loud and be doing all kinds of stuff with each other.
Rambunctious
when you're attempting to engage with them,
they shut down.
that shit be on mute.
And you be like, Slowy,
I'm like,
cello,
I'm
like
quite
hello.
sure you on TikTok and clicking
Yeah.
and now
Talking mad
engaging in
trash.
a conversation is like, and the more that I talk and I do these things, because I had this aha moment while I was sitting there.
Your comment when you finish.
That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For years,
I thought about that today when you
voice,
texted and said that's what you was doing.
my internal voice probably got developed during those sit down thunderstorm things, and because you was dealing with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my internal voice, when it starts talking, sometimes I don't ignore it. I'm not listening because I'm so used to it talking. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when the messages come, I know the last couple days is like that's been a recurring theme, and most of the time when I get something 2 and 3 times keep occurring in a short period of time, I know that's something that I'm supposed to be doing. And so anytime I get to speak to the youth or whatever, and when I get to just kind of like be myself, because I know them kids, they see through your bullshit.
They do.
Like, that's like a superpower that they have that our generation don't have. They have it. They use it. Like, they know if you full of shit. They know that shit off the break.
They know it right away. Like, I thought it was real. I don't know. Most people always ask me, they don't understand what I'm saying. But I thought very highly of the young people when they did that. I don't know how to put it to make it sound right. But when the whole Freddie Gray thing took place and the riots started up at Douglas, and it took a lot, I think, big of the young people who took it upon themselves to react to what was going on.
They was pushed. And that was kind of...
But today, but our generation wouldn't have pushed back because we was taught so much containment and restraint and respect.
Coming from the
we wouldn't even went off on the police like that.
In front of us.
Yeah.
It was, your whole goal was to make it home. So sometimes you were supposed to turn a blind eye.
Because that's what it was. Like you just said, making it home was important.
Like, yeah, and so it's like, I be having these conversations in my head about the powers that be. Sometimes they don't look ahead or farther enough with the plans that they be having, the shit that they be attempting to do. They don't think about the ripple effect that it's gonna cause.
Yeah. So
you done took a bunch of kids and took everything away from them
while they were still at school.
No, listen to what I'm saying. You took parents.
Generation. Okay.
You took all of their foundation and they just out here by themselves. Not realizing that they gonna develop their own way of thinking.
They want to develop their own way of thinking, their own ways of survival.
And that's a form of freedom that our generation
didn't have.
Had the beginnings of it, but they have the middle towards
they
the
have
end
a
part
bulk
of
it.
They have a freedom
because the way they speak out,
because
we didn't have that.
Know that we not supposed to disrespect. That was our programming.
Yeah.
They don't have that programming.
Yeah, their programming is use your words and say how you feel.
It's like they don't have that programming. The only thing I think that they don't have that we have is the level of confidence in themselves.
Yeah, no, they don't have
that. And I always said to people who talk bad about youth that it's going to come a day where they're going to be the ones that you call on because they're going to kick ass when it's time to kick ass.
Yeah.
So you need to stop looking at them like they're a problem.
Yeah, because they are the ones that's going to be ready to get out there and do
to a problem.
If you say you mold them right, they
whip his ass, and we got to get this guy. They gonna be the ones on the forefront.
Who gonna be on it? Yeah. Let me read Shantae Mack comment. It's pretty long. Well, not pretty long, but lengthy. She said the generation these days think they know more than we do. They don't know crap, and what they don't know crap, and when they don't listen. Then they learn the hard way or say, dang, I should have listened. And then she came back to say exactly what you just said. Hey, Minister Doll, how you feeling? Preacher Doll Thea. Yeah, like the young people now, their way is different. So where they ready to do a more take charge, where we was taught to have respect and make it home safe and do certain things, they not they not where we was at.
Because we was
But the thing is,
operating within the guidelines.
yeah. So because we knew what guidelines were, they don't have that.
Before us they had Jim Crow, they had all of these things that they couldn't do.
That they could not do.
They want us to survive. They taught us how to survive. So you got to think.
This is what the law
these
is.
People,
they within this, they can't do this.
This group of people don't have nobody telling them nothing. No. And the way that they see the world is, you ain't going to tell me what to do. That shit don't make sense to me. I'm not doing that. Like,
and that's how they are now.
Talking to me like they don't have that programming.
Yeah.
And that's when I say the powers that be, they didn't think that far ahead to think that if you don't give them this programming, they're gonna have this free state of mind.
And that's where they are now. Let me read Mike over on YouTube said, that's why kids feel so privileged today. Like y'all said, COVID made things worse. And I also gotta give it to the parents. Like, I can't let y'all go and put everything on the young people. If your creativity within your home and your boundaries were set, you turn out with a pretty good kid. Why? Because you gave them what you learned and still how to use their words and be their own person. I gave my kids what I learned about having respect and how to be their own person. So you know who to respect, who not to respect. Like, you knew how to get home safe, and you knew how to tell somebody what was on your mind in a respectful way without them thinking, this motherfucker is off the chain.
So this is like a double-edged sword on both topics.
She said, so, yes, indeed. Hey, Deion Franklin.
Talking to my daughter and taking constructive criticism from your child.
Ooh, how you doing? How you doing, Sam? Because I don't do well with that, even till now.
Fine-ass line of allowing your child to have their
to
freedom.
Disrespect you.
But it's not disrespect.
But it's so close to it, though.
Because that's how
from where I was growing up.
Yeah,
that shit is so close.
That we was raised.
My youngest son,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
fucking flips and tip tap all over that line.
It's certain ways you don't talk to your parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Without you winding up on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to allow them the freedom of saying that and listen to what they say, because everybody don't see you the same way you see yourself. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good you think you're doing, like I learned that from my kids, no matter how much you think you're doing the right thing, that's not what they see. They don't see it. That's not their version of it. You know what I'm saying?
Which happens most of the time.
So it's like I was programmed because I keep saying the word program because we don't realize that we are programmed.
We have been programmed and conditioned to be this way.
We've been programmed to do the things that we do. And I was programmed to get up, take your ass to work, you take care of your family, you make it happen, you don't cry. It's like all of these different things. And I'm repeating the program.
Right.
Because that's mostly what we do. We regurgitate what we know.
And that's what I said. It depends on a lot of the parents, because if I'm in a relationship with somebody who treat me bad, do this, do that, and it's presented in front of the kids.
That's not to do it, but you're going to wind up doing it.
You present it in front of the kids, that's what they living and they learning. But in our house, the door was closed. You're a child, you mind your business, you stay in the child's place. But now where the kids, the sons now probably like, nigga, don't raise up on my mother, even if it's their father.
This had this conversation.
And that's why most men be like, no, shorty got young kids, I ain't for that shit. I ain't messing with her. They don't want to date somebody who has small children. There's a lot that comes with it.
And it also is a lot when you've been raised a little different than everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know my upbringing was not nothing like none of my
like friends. Everybody else, right?
You feel me? Like, my shit was totally opposite. Niggas had their mother, I had my father. So I was seeing the world from a man's perspective.
From a man's perspective,
and they were learning the world from a woman's perspective.
So do you ever ask your sister how are things for her? Being raised under her dad?
My dad didn't play though, man. My dad...
I know, but I'm just saying, like, she would have got different dynamics.
Not really.
No, not like he didn't teach y'all the same thing. But what I'm saying is having a boy and a girl raised by their dad. She going to pick up something that the son is not going to pick up, because she needs to be raised with a little more femininity on it.
she got hit by a car when she was 10.
Oh, okay.
So it was like
it was a different mental dynamics with that.
A different upbringing.
Yeah.
But my father still instilled in her the same shit he instilled in me. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I like the way the way you said. I'm sitting here thinking about that.
Because it makes you think now, like, because the girl going, even though he's treating y'all the same way, he's teaching y'all the same thing.
And then there's
what that girl needs.
The different dynamic was
is different from
I'm
what the
10
boy
years older than my sister. So our time periods.
Y'all time periods was different because 10
my
years.
father is a big difference.
Because he probably got a little softer in his life. Like people say,
as
as
like
a grandmother, you ain't nothing like that with us. And I'm like, well, then my grandkids is different.
Home, and my wife was like, this much boyfriend. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was young, we didn't do no shit like that.
Wait a minute, she say what? I didn't want to spit this out.
Yeah, she's like, this much boyfriend. And I'm like,
just like that?
What? Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't even have a conversation about.
If you can have a boyfriend.
It's just like different time period, different dynamics, different everything. So it's like, yeah. And then as I was different between, I know me personally, I was different with my oldest son versus my middle son and then my daughter. Yeah. Like I'm a different person because I'm evolving.
Yeah, so you're growing. And that's what a lot of people don't get. The more you grow and not want to be bothered with so many tedious things that you probably do to the first child, by the time you get to your third and your fourth,
you're a different person.
You're a totally different person. Yeah. So they almost ain't getting shit that last child. Yo, go ahead, just take my bank card. Like, with the other ones be like, I couldn't even touch your purse. What the fuck are you saying?
My dad was in Vietnam, and then I grew up in the 70s. Different times.
Yeah, it's different.
Gas, stealing shit, powdered milk, powdered eggs. Like,
all of
it
was
different. Period. My sister come up shit. They got the fucking breast of everything.
Yeah, y'all got sugar snacks and fruit pops. And no, we had frozen cups.
By the time my sister was born, I was already not street hustling, but I was hustling. I was cutting grass.
Yeah, you knew how to go and get a dollar.
Because I watched my father had to take care of me and my sister.
So did you and your sister dynamic? Her get like
with my mother.
Sam, can you do this? Can you do that? Did she come? She didn't come to you for stuff.
Nah, because it was like, as she was like in her 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, I was. Let me see. When she was 10, I was 20. When she got 10, when she got about a car, she was 10. So that I was in my teenage going into my adult years. I was bouncing back and forth. I was one of them. I'm show up and I come and see her or whatever. Yeah. But then I was in the street, so it was like,
it was different.
It was a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, the dynamics on that was different.
Yeah, I think a lot of things have changed over the years, especially with COVID. COVID was the reset button for if people didn't change their way of thinking and living when COVID happened, they probably be hard for them to change at this point.
It kind of made me look at people like it's either
hey Tay,
you are a customer or you're a doer, because it made you innovate and do shit to make another form of income, or like it puts you in this state of mind where what can I do? I think it kind of took. I'm speaking from a black people perspective. It took us back to a time period when we did for ourselves. We know how to survive. We knew how to do rent parties. We knew how to sell food. We knew how to go get cigarettes.
Because during COVID, that was the thing.
We know how to find a hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it kind of made, I'm going to be honest with you, kind of birthed these little scam motherfuckers.
They gave everybody an idea to like, what I'm gonna do? Like, what I'm gonna do to get this dollar?
Because some people wasn't on some things like that, but then when they had to sit still and they saying their minds eating off of it, it kind of got passed around.
Because I don't know how many people got their own kitchen, their own dinners, their own this like during that COVID time, during that COVID period. So many.
You ever notice how they watch everything that we do so they can get paid?
Yeah.
It's like they give you cash out, and then it's like, okay, you make a certain amount. We gotta get
so the cash out them flipped like 3 times, or how they created.
You send in an encyclopedia before you can move your money, and like,
ain't that crazy?
It's like, but you going. It's like they do that. They give us these things. They know we gonna use them.
And once you make it popular enough,
and then they gonna find a way to get paid. They kind of get you addicted to it, and then it's like, all right, I'll pay.
Now you can't do without it, but they keep
$2.99.
They keep going up.
Now that shit $100 is like, You know what I mean? It's like they got us like that.
Hey,
with
Netta
phone bills.
Anderson.
Yeah, they got us like
Hey,
that
Miss Freeman.
with the phone bills.
Yeah,
Like,
the phone bills went
pay this
crazy.
and now y'all forget it's 5 of y'all in the family. All y'all got a phone. That phone bill be ridiculous
Right.
at the end of the
Now
month.
they got phone plans because they realized people was like, fuck it, I don't need it. Reggie Newsom said on Facebook, said, yes, that's how we did it. House parties and rec parties.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
that club.
You
We
knew,
used to sell sodas.
and sell a soda and a chip and a hot dog.
Yeah.
Man, $2 you banging.
Yeah,
So you get to go to a party, get some numbers, and you get to eat.
I remember
And if you didn't have a pencil or a pen, you wasn't even getting no numbers.
my son and my nephew is DJ Relly 2 times. They used to have parties.
Mm-hmm.
So the second party, I went to him and I said, what would y'all do if all these people in here had to pay to come in? And if y'all had something to sell them? They was like, shit, we'll make a hell of a lot of money. I said, now why y'all not doing it?
So why y'all not doing that? And then they start doing it.
That birthday hustle spirit, like they.
And now they know.
Yeah, we're gonna do this part. We're gonna do this.
Before you know it, that's another thing that started. People being party promoters started doing that real big during COVID too. Roy Davis, no, that's Dion Franklin said I had great house parties. Dion had great house parties back in the day. He said, great house parties, great house parties, great house parties.
We kind of back to that though. A lot of people have functions at their house. A lot of people have they doing smaller venues, not big crazy parties, not making you dress up and be all crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody doing a little bit more, something more intimate. And I think COVID had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
COVID had a lot to do with that.
But I miss old house parties and pay the 50 cents to get in and cut up.
The apples, we had the blue lights. My father's house we used to live in, and my grandma's house, they painted the basement black.
So when y'all put the light on, the shit was too hot.
One of my cousins, he's like highly intelligent, and he used to do like this crazy artwork. Like he could do so many things. But he would do the paint.
Over
some
200
kind of
people.
paint. He know how to mix it where you couldn't see it when it was just black. When you turned on the light, it looked like stars and rocket ships.
Yeah.
And like he was nice with that shit, man. So, and our house was the house we used to have all of the parties at. Everybody in the neighborhood used to come.
So y'all can go upstairs and get funky fresh and just sit on the steps like, yeah, who coming? Because you already knew. You already knew.
We was the ones that take
Times really, really changed. Times really changed. Times really changed. Nothing is like it used to be. But the thing is, it's not so uncomprehendable to do these things again, but nobody just don't take it upon themselves to create these things.
Because we always looking for the hustle.
The hustle.
The thing can be done because I said this when I spoke earlier, and I told the kids that don't allow money to be your motive. And I'm saying that from a personal experience. I made money young and it did nothing for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just created all of these ways that I observed the world. Like you see when people full of shit, you learn discernment. You listen to your
Dion said I charged $1 to all these parties.
And people steal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm serious. Like that's what money is to me. Money is a headache to me. Yeah. It's always been a headache to me. You can't do nothing.
And the thing is, especially for men, like this is what I want to know for men. Having money, do you feel like every woman, like having a certain amount of money and dressed a certain way, do you feel like every woman is on the... So when women come over your house or came over your house back in the day when different houses was plentiful financially, did y'all like not trust these chicks coming over? Like how did y'all handle that?
You had a whole different spot, maybe 2-3 different spots that they only knew about that spot.
So
they didn't know where the fuck. If you was a smart nigga, you better not tell me. If you trusting holes in the street, you's a damn fool, boy.
So y'all think so how did y'all decide? How did you decipher which woman was going to try and go in your money, find out your high spot, or find out
leave them in there. You do shit.
Oh, so y'all set them up.
You do little shit.
Wow.
You take the shoebox with the ones in there. You know how many in there, but you make it look like you don't know what's in there.
Like it's tussled in there.
You set shit a certain way. I got photographic memory. You set something a certain way. You come back and like, this bitch was going through my shit. Like, that wasn't right there. Like,
so setting them up. And you leave them in there like, I'll be back.
It's still in me. If my son come in my closet, I'll be like, this nigga was in my closet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a photographic memory of how everything was.
I can say, now that you say it, I know, my office could be a wreck.
It's an energy.
But I know what's moved automatically. But I don't do it to set nobody up, though. But I notice when stuff been moved.
That's what we used to do. You know, we do little shit to see how you built. And it's funny because I think some guys can contest to this. That was the reason you picked the one girl that you picked, because she didn't do no crop ball shit when you left her at the crib.
And the other ones don't even know you've been set up. Sis, don't go in there. Just don't touch shit. But that also showed me how you was raised. Bitch, were you raised to steal? Was you raised to set men up? Because you always hear about how girls would set men up and they would get robbed and different stuff like that. And that's another thing that has changed from now society from then, is that these kids now, I'm going to kill her, I'm going to kill him. Everybody got to go. These kids today get harsh.
My little cousin got shot Friday after the prom they had. Somebody ran the Airbnb.
That happened like the last year prom season.
My grandmother lives on Emerson Avenue, and my mother's sisters, they live next door to each other across the street from my grandmother, and the house was right there. But this cousin is on my father's side. But it's like, you get the call, and it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I've been shot several times, so it's like a young woman, a young girl about to go off and experience life, shot, shattered, femur bone, gonna have to learn how to re-walk, all kinds of.
Shantae said prayers to your family.
It's just the trauma of that, because everybody's not built for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think my situation was, my dad had been in Vietnam, so it wasn't too long after he was home that him and my mother had me. So it's I probably had some of his coping skills was passed to me, as far as shit like that.
Yeah, how to deal with it.
You know what I'm saying? But this generation,
they don't have
not
that.
Built for that.
They don't have that. Righty to rock and roll and how to get past. They don't have
the instinct of how the severity of a situation is. All they know is his phone is out and it's funny, and girl, they laughing and kicking.
They don't know how important it is. Don't take a picture of everywhere you at and post it or go live, because somebody is watching, know the location, and they coming. That's one thing I tell my sister all the time. Like, stop posting where you at while you there.
The thing was, the first thing that popped in my head, I was so angry. I was like, yo, we never did women and kids. Like, we went and we had this thing where if we was going to get somebody, we got who we came to get.
Yeah. That was
I kept a revolver just for that. I came to get the motherfucker that I came to get. I didn't want to shoot 18 other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Right, by mistake.
And when I say revolver, if you know anything about a revolver, ain't no projectiles, ain't no shells. That's close up and front, and a lot of y'all ain't built for that.
I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm getting out of here, and I got everything I grew up with me when I leave.
People are getting shot because these kids,
they don't have a clue.
They got extendos, they got
crazy
100-round clips, we didn't have that. I had to take the Uzi.
One squeeze, kill the whole fucking party.
I had the Uzi and the tech with the two clips take together. I can flip them up. You know what I mean? Like,
bro,
they don't need that. They got a clip like this long and a handgun. Yeah. And they already don't know how to shoot. They coming out like this. Bop, 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 bop.
Like that. Bop, 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 from the back. Not even
like
looking.
You said, not even looking. They got their head turned like.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate, because now you have this child who just went to prom. So this is going to be something that's etched in your mind.
In your life.
What happened?
Everything you do is going to pertain to that moment that happened to you in your life.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, nah, there's too many people that I ain't going at. I ain't want to do. It's like you never realize. It's like I'm to the point where I haven't gone to talk to her yet. Because I had to get over me being angry. Because I was going into Sammy B mode. Right. And if anybody know, when I say Sammy B mode, that's somebody I don't want to be fucking with. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole different character right there.
Yeah, and it's like, do I get mine and go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I can't. It's like, sometimes it's crazy to say, but sometimes you gotta let people learn their own life lessons. I got this saying, we gotta get out of each other's way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that they have to deal with. You can't come and be the superhero to everybody.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you do that, you saving them from learning a lesson. I need you to see this, realize what happened, get over that, and then I'm coming, and I gotta adjust. You can't, because if they know you coming every time, they're not gonna focus up after that. They're not gonna pay closer attention.
I didn't like that. That was a 5 o'clock in the morning phone call, and everybody know anything after 12 and in between 12 and 6 is not a good phone call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When your phone ring and I'm waking up like what's going on?
And you know what, Sam? That is the thing that made me start, like, after I did that whole fast from Barney and then start mentally checking myself. Like, those things are the things that make me now glad that I'm comfortable with turning my phone off. Like, for years, I wouldn't turn my phone off because emergencies always come in my family through the phone. And it's always not like, oh, such and such fell down the steps. No, you know, such and such just got killed. Like, everything is a call like that. And I would never sleep with my phone off.
I just got to the point where I turn my phone down. I still can't turn it off.
No, I don't power it off, but I turn the sound off. I don't hear the phone making no noise now.
Because I know.
And shout outs to me for sleeping 3 days this week, back to back.
Whoop, whoop. That's what's up. I know, and a lot of my group dynamics, family, friends, I'm the go-to person on a lot of shit. So
yeah.
Like,
But that was like breaking my back. Like, I am really enjoying having the sound off because I'm that person in my family.
But also, I know I'm the lesson teacher too.
Yeah.
So it's like when I do get some of them phone calls, I'm gonna say something that you need to hear. You might not want to hear, but I'm the one. And I remember getting a phone call and saying, no, I'm not coming up there to do a motherfucking thing. And motherfuckers like, yo, you're not gonna do no. And then once I started breaking it down, motherfuckers like, I ain't never looked at it like that. I'm like, yo, you know how much shit I got to lose? How many people depend on me?
Yeah, if I come up here because something happened over here with y'all. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All because of a choice that somebody else made. That was another thing we talked about today. Choices. Your choices dictate where you're going to go and what you're going to do in your life.
So you have to watch the choices you make.
Yeah, they not my choices. And also, I've learned a long time ago, like I said before, to get out of people's way.
Yeah.
Because that's your path. I can't stop your trajectory about where the fuck you going in your life. Because me helping you, hindering you,
from learning and growing and getting somewhere else.
I've been figured out how this shit works. Yeah. I'm getting the fuck out the way.
And Sam, and that's all you can really do is move. Like I was the person you call on Ronnie. First of all, she leaning on everybody from you to your mother. Whatever the situation is, get the fucking in the car. We gonna go over here, handle this, come back, and I'm going home and I'm leaning on you again. If anybody leave out, no, not even an adult. Don't nobody leave out of here. But then I had to realize after I took that fast from June till now, I realized a lot of things like you need to sit your fat ass down.
We also had to learn that we can't be what we didn't have. We can't be that for somebody else.
Yeah.
You can't.
And see, my family picked it up because my mother was gone. It's like automatically they gave it to me.
It's a survival mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
It's a coping mechanism. We start trying to give everybody else what we wanted because we didn't have it.
Because we didn't have it.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's time to sift through that pile and see what you...
And you can't be everybody's superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, for instance, I'm going to tell you what one life experience that made me, like, stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Lake Trout one day in the junction, right? Eating. And my man, little cousin, he just got hit by a car. So he had surgery on his neck. So he had one of them cage things on his neck. So it was my wife, cousin, Maurice, my man, AG, a couple other kids, a couple other people in the store, like young kids. Mm-hmm. And so evidently my man nephew was with my other homeboy, cousin, and they took somebody's gun, some little kid. So the kid came in there, but he was with like some grown men. Uh-huh. And they was attempting to bite my man who had the thing on his neck, which he is a fighter. He didn't get a fight. He was trying to fight. And I'm like, yo, like, No, like chill. Like I tried to diffuse it. Why did I do that? The little kid tried to steal me. I get to fighting him and the grown man. And I hear somebody say gun. The nigga pulled out a gun. It seemed like it took him like 5 minutes to get the fucking gun out. That's how big it was. And he's like this. I'm in the middle of the lake.
Get it off from down there.
And he was so tall.
Uh-huh.
When I picked him up and slammed him, he only landed on his knees. That's how tall he was.
God damn
and
it.
he was still like at my chest. And when I slammed him, the gun went off, hit the foot, and shot me in my back. You know what I'm saying? And like,
wow.
This is the like my friends are standing there. They like, yo, looking at me like I can hear them saying, this nigga is crazy. Like, I just got shot. I pulled my phone out. I called my father, called my aunt. I heard them already calling 911. And I was just chilling. Everybody's like, yo, this nigga just got shot. This man ain't did it.
Well, that make you think like now, the next thing happened up this motherfucker, I'm just going opposite way.
I stopped going up.
Yeah, like, because the thing is, you learn not to get in the middle of stuff.
It was like this.
Which is hard.
I call it Lemony Snicket's series of events. Like, because it be shit like that happening in my life that be the smack that wake you up.
Yeah.
Because that was the second time I got shot. Okay. What the fuck is going on with my life? My son was just born. He's a little baby. And here it is. I'm up here trying to diffuse somebody else's shit. And I get caught in somebody else's shit. And then I go to shock trauma. And I hear these same words being echoed in my head. You know, if it was a little bit of this way or that way, you've been paralyzed or you could have lost your life. Like, I heard that before.
Hey, Shay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like one of my realest wake-up calls because I was always conscious. But that one right there was the one that, like, wake the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really get your shit together. And
yeah.
You know, that was one of my situations.
Those things do that. That's how women learn young who to deal with. After you get like high school and on, if you still got raggedy ass friends as an adult, you ain't learn shit growing up.
I told the kids that today, man. Your friends is part of your choices, man.
Yeah, that's where you learn your examples from. That's where you learn your examples from. When you are young and you see your friends, you see their actions, you see the consequences. You know, cause and effect. You learn that shit in first grade.
It's always a dynamic of it's one. When it's guys, it's always like an alpha. And then it's like somebody who's intelligent. It's somebody who's going to do whatever the rest of them tell them to do. There's always these different groups of people.
Hey, Latanya.
Yeah, you got to kind of like figure out where you fit in that whole dynamics of that shit. And I was always intelligent, and then I didn't take no shit off of nobody. So that's when I kind of developed a sense of who I was. And I am, you know, everybody say alpha, betas. All right, so you want to get into that. I am a sigma male. Like, do your research on that.
Keanu educated us on it one day.
So
You said,
like, you know what I'm saying?
but you know what, Sam? One thing I noticed that I hear, you know, when I hear you talk about things from like older till now, like one thing why people probably catch you off guard, they just going by what they see the package is. He built like this, he this tall, and they think they can try it. But then I listen to like people who you know don't pay attention to the show or don't watch the show. They never hear you when you say, my father always taught me not to play in my friends play in my face and shit, because now you tested my strength. Yeah, so a lot of people didn't get that until you got older and things got crazy. They're like, this little nigga crazy as shit.
Yeah, like, and then it's like, you learn to kind of cloak shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like, because we was talking about...
It's like a magic wand. You don't know who I am until I pull it out.
Like survival techniques. That was one of my survival techniques, and I always tell people, because a lot of younger guys will come up on me like, yo, I didn't know you could DJ. I didn't know you did this with houses. I didn't know you... You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to walk around showing your fucking hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not who I am as a person. So I know what I'm capable of, and that's all that matters. I know what I can do and what I can't do. You know what I mean? It's up to you to find out. You come over here, you fuck around, you won't find out.
Yeah. So I like getting to the place and lean up against the wall and just look like, you know, hey, oh, she fine, she not fine.
I don't know, because it's like...
And then when as soon as people get to know me too much, I be like, oh, this bitch leans on people, yeah.
As I got older, I kind of got a little complacent.
Hey, April.
A little complacent about violence. I don't like violence because I start to learn that a lot of people not built like that. They act like they are, but they not.
Well, no, the loudest ones are not.
A lot of you guys ain't never stabbed nobody. You ain't never shot nobody. You ain't never, you know what I'm saying? It sound good. You know what I mean? Or you might have got somebody to do something to somebody, but you personally,
no.
I'm that little nigga in the movie that you see that's sneaky and be in your bushes and setting traps and come out and hit you in the head with a bat full of nails. Like, I'm one of them motherfuckers. Like, and I be trying to tell people, I'm not saying it to brag. I just be telling you, it's like a warning label. I'm just saying, don't come over here with that shit if that's not what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because there's many people that can contest to that. I wanted to say that earlier, but I didn't get to say it when I was
at the
speaking
engagement.
Kids, that a lot of my friends now is people that I've gotten into it with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we understand where it can go, and we have this level of respect.
And now let me respect you where you at. I'm gonna respect
you. You know what I'm saying?
And it goes like
that. It's like a different.
Shantae put crying laughing emojis.
It's a different. It's a different respect. It's just like you already know where we can go at with this shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, because some people got this thing.
And all they can do is respect you for who you are. Oh, you're old man.
And because I always tell people, like, when I see dudes from back in the day, man, I don't care if we didn't get along, whatever. I show them love because I know what the fuck we went through to get here.
Hey, Janika.
A lot of our friends
author, writer, come on in the building tomorrow.
A lot of our friends aren't here. You feel what I'm saying? And then to see us here, oh, nigga, we want to do some shit because this wasn't no cakewalk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't just get here.
You ain't just arrive here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Being from whatever neighborhood you was from, you ain't just fucking was somewhere chilling and you just made it to be here. Fuck no.
And a lot of people don't know where you came from. So what made me think about this is because Janika just popped up on the live. But like she wrote a book about her life in.
Who's Janika? Janika, what's her last name?
PA.
Oh no, that's not her.
She wrote a book about her life and her transition through her life with her being gay, being a lesbian. And the thing is, a lot of people don't think that you just woke up today and was like, oh, she fat.
It's a situation.
It's a whole dynamic. It's a whole dynamic, and you don't know people and what they went through until you hear the story.
I had this theory, right, of how some women that didn't have something trauma or something happened to them.
Most people be thinking that.
But I had this theory, and I kind of want to test it because now that I'm older, we can like talk about this. I think some women became gay because they didn't like themselves, so they start looking at other women, then they became attracted. I
don't think so. So what happens?
I don't know.
So most of the time, you just realize
that you like women.
And now, what I think has become very prevalent is now you can actually say it out loud, and everything is fine.
Because when we was
a lot of
you
could not talk about homosexuality.
We knew as kids, we knew which one of our friends.
Or your family was you knew what
that was their business.
What I have a habit of saying in conversations like, oh, okay, that's they will want up and coming because I feel like when he get big, he gonna be that way. But the thing is, it's just something that is birthed in you, and it's up to you to say when. I think people who say, oh, because I got raped and then I became gay. No, you chose it. It's different from a person who actually this is my lifestyle and I'm old enough to say it now.
Get in these arguments about how they became the way that they became because everybody has a different situation. You know,
everybody is different.
Kind of clash and they don't agree on shit, and they kind of get mad because you gay because this, you know what I'm saying? It's like y'all just be happy that y'all gay.
Can y'all just be happy and go ahead, get a flag, get in the parade next year? Like
it tripped me out because it's no different than no other aspect of life. They break off into factions and the studs mad because this stud let a nigga hit and. You still got a pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And now she felt like getting it. Like somebody asked me on the show before, the ladies had a show called Shem Talk, I want to say. I can't think of how it went. But it was a show that we had here last year. And we was on here talking and the girl asked me, well, B, what would you label yourself as? I said, healthy. And she was like, what you mean by that? I said, because I'm healthy. And my partner gonna be healthy. I'm attracted to what I attracted to. So don't put me, oh, she bisexual. Oh, she gay. Nope, healthy.
All right, so my intellectual mind. I'm serious because I have all of these like conspiracy theories in my head, and I'm in a platform where I kind of talk about it.
Yeah, so you can bring all of it out.
So me knowing some of the shit that I know about the government and aspartame and fucking chemicals and all that, do you believe?
Hey, Michael Carroll.
Do you believe that some people kind of went that direction or got in that lane because of that chemical intake that changed the chemistry in their body?
It could possibly be.
Nobody never talks about this.
Oh, and most people don't say in full detail.
So it's a black guy.
If that's possibly what happened.
A black guy, right? He was paid to do. He's a scientist. He was paid to go around to like tributaries, creeks, around farms and test the waterways and like, salamanders, amphibious creatures, frogs, and stuff like that. And he found that tadpoles and frogs was changing their sexes, and it came from the chemical runoff, which was coming from the places that make our food: chicken, cows, beef, like.
Yeah, because I've seen they don't. You know, on The Simpsons they show everything, but it's not into the detail effect of who we are.
They paid him,
but I saw that on The Simpsons
to break down and separate what chemicals that they were. So, my conspiracy theory on that is, we've seen so many movies, Black Dynamite, they clone Tyrone. It's basically telling you in so many words what.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Liquor, cigarettes. Like, if I wanted to destroy a group of people, I would make it so they can't reproduce.
Right.
And
hey, Cousin Keith.
Being gay is part of that. I don't care how y'all cut it, but that's part of it. You understand what I'm saying? Because now, if you having man on man, woman on woman, is no reproduction and nowhere. That slows down the production rate.
So you think that
I
possibly?
Know that. I'm not even gonna say
no, not your comment. I'm just making it sound different for anybody who might possibly have something else to say but don't say it. So are you saying you think that that's why they possibly probably let all these gay rules and laws pass by? Because they want to slow down?
Yes. Because what is their main objective? When I say they, I'm saying the powers that be, the elites. They want to depopulate the planet. How do you do that without doing mass murder?
Oh, that's the way right there.
How do you do it?
Because if you can't reproduce,
you slow everybody down by not having sex. Now, I'm going to go and say, let's take it to the men. I'm in my 50s. I've never heard of ED when I was young. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, now
I've never heard of it.
Working.
Yeah.
So you don't believe that that's something
DJ
that's in our food?
Boo.
That's in our food.
Crack me up every time.
You know what I'm saying? That's your cortisol levels. Everything is like you not getting no oxygen in your blood.
Anybody who wondered what ED is, it's erectile
dysfunction.
Just in case anybody didn't know.
No, because it's like, it's crazy because we don't have these real conversations.
Yeah.
We not. I guarantee you can go on any one of these pages and you can ask how many women got a guy that you got to help them get that shit together.
And most men, about 70%, don't check their health until a woman be like, look.
That motherfucker ding, 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 ding.
You got some pills or something for this thing? Like, go.
You got to get that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm honest. I'm being honest.
You are.
That shit started making me make sure I check my health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you start thinking about how it could be done the way that my brain think. Okay, yeah, these motherfuckers drink hella Pepsis and Coke. Because it's always us and Latinos, because Latinos don't feel like they black, but y'all black. Black is just the word.
He gonna just tell y'all that.
I'm just serious. It's just the word that they came up with, but y'all are the same as us. Y'all are no different than us. You got the same makeup.
Hey, Willie Lump.
It's just that y'all was conquered, and that's why y'all more lighter than us. That's all it is.
Not us, just probably lighter than me, but you both.
Yeah, I'm right there because they swear.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm one. I am. It's crazy though, because let me say this to you. I am Latino. Like my grandfather is Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My father's father is
So
Spanish.
that is
So technically, I would be considered Latino.
Yeah, because they say from the male family, whatever that male family is, that's what you are.
So that's why I had to have, and then it's like got Indians, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog. I'm a mutt. Like, that's the way I view it. You know what I mean? But it's like if I wanted to do that, I would take these chemicals and I would put it in your Pop Tarts. I'm gonna put it in your cookies. I'm putting your Coke. I'm putting it in Ooze and News. I'm gonna put all these different aspects of these chemicals. You know why? Because I study everything that you do, and you wondering why they keep all these statistics on us. They want to know what the fuck we doing, because that's how they control us.
Yeah.
If they doing too much of this, dumb them down with this. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what that is all about.
And they know what to put in front to make you dumb down.
So it's like, think about it. When did our elder start getting sick? When we stopped making macaroni from scratch, when we stopped making cookies from scratch,
when everything became instant,
when we stopped making food from scratch, when we started buying instant shit, is the minute our elders started getting all this cancer and all this other shit. Before then, I know in my family, the men lived to be in their 90s.
Yeah.
The women lived to be in their late 90s. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 100.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we cut to 70. 80, like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, like the last few years, been passing away in their 50s, 51, 52. Yeah.
And I know, like, I'm sitting, because I was having this discussion in my head. Like, my dad was 74. He died a couple months after his birthday. But he died from complications of some shit that they did to them. Vietnam.
You always hear about that. You always hear about
the chemicals, because they know what to put in your body. And they try to hit them with the way that they hit them. But the problem is black genes fight everything. So everything they attempt to do to us, our bodies, our DNA finds a way to combat it, and it doesn't give the effect that they want.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to send a bunch of kids to Vietnam, I'm gonna make them sick before they go. Because if they don't get killed over there, when they come home, they're gonna have all these health complications. They're gonna die young. That's what that was. That's all of that was. And what is that? A form of population control.
Yeah.
Because who was sent there? Who was drafted? Who didn't go?
Everybody.
The motherfucker sitting at the helm right now. He didn't go because he knew it was bullshit. We went because we had to go.
We had no other choice.
We'll go to jail. And then now you got a record for the rest of your life to say that you was a punk. You know what I'm saying? To come home. I'm telling my father's stories right now.
Yeah.
The people that own Lake Trout where I got shot, the motherfuckers that own it, Mr. Jack and them, who wind up owning 5 other stores, got a stall in every market, store in the village and all of this, and here it is. My father got to come on, and he got spit on and got ridiculed and couldn't do shit with his life. But here it is, the same motherfucker they was called Rock Marines. They was the same people that was from over there with the Vietnamese that fought with the black soldiers. He come home and Mr. Jack in his country with a restaurant in his fucking neighborhood. How the fuck you think that made my father feel? I ain't never seen that man cry before then.
Wow.
My father saw Mr. Jack in the store and my father bust out fucking crying, yo.
Wow.
And Mr. Jack was crying because he said it to my father. He said, this is bullshit. He said, we was over there, we fighting, and I'm in your country. And I got businesses, and here it is, you
over there.
Why the fuck are y'all struggling? Why? It's sad, man.
It's really sad, and I'm sitting here like...
That's a sad situation,
wow,
man.
That was deep, Sam. Why you had to end with that?
My father's still waiting on his money. My kids probably get my father money.
Or your grandkids.
Yeah. And with this dickhead in office, nobody might not get nothing.
Yeah.
Because we was at the point where they was getting ready to start paying out. You know what I'm saying? And now with him fucking with Medicaid and all that, you might not see nothing.
You might not see nothing. You know they just said how he changed America in his first 100 days.
And it's like, yo, to see my father, as strong as he is, to go through all of that shit. My father had prostate cancer. He beat it. He had colon. Beat it. Had something wrong with his kidneys. He beat it. But the one he couldn't beat, they went in his liver 10 times. Because he was smart. My father started paying attention to his friends dying. And
That was fun.
He always said, my friends always died the minute they cut them open. He's like, I'm not letting them cut me. And he never let them cut him. So they did what was called ablations. They would go in and burn it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the cancer got smart. It moved to a part of his liver that they couldn't
reach.
And then it spread. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
wow. Wow. Take Sammy B to make us end on an emotional note, y'all. Y'all always want to make somebody think about something. Sam, say something else before. Because I'm all emotional, like, ding.
Cherish your friends, man. Cherish your friends, man.
And take
I just thought about that because my man Jermaine Powell, we go back junior high. You know what I'm saying? Still got the same love for each other. Cherish your friends, man. Because most of my friends on there, we probably went to elementary school. Every school. Some of my friends, we went to school together. You know what I'm saying? My man, school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, school. I was thinking the other day. I remember when you had the blue. I forgot the name of that damn bike with the yellow mags on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cherish the moments, man. Because
those moments stick with you and ride with you a long time.
Yes.
Real quick, I'm going to read your comment, even though I tried to get away from here. DJ Slicky Woo Boo said his uncle came home and went to jail a week later for 30 years. So you go over here and fight. But see, the thing is, you ain't no telling what he saw in Vietnam that made him come home and be so reckless to go to jail for such a long time.
He didn't come outside for 2 years, man. He said because he went, my father didn't even go to prom. He went and enlisted because they was going to draft them anyway. And my father said that he was going, he wanted to pick where he was going. He wanted to go in the Marine. Mm-hmm. He didn't want to go in no bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And my uncle was drafted into the Air Force because he was real smart. But my dad didn't go to prom, none of that. So like he said, when he left, he was young, but when he came back, he was a grown fucking man.
Yeah, you know that's why I said, no matter, can you imagine what that man saw?
He couldn't relate. And it's crazy because right now, where I DJ in my room, I have all my father's pictures. Mm-hmm. And I got this one picture, and I don't move it, of one of his friends in Vietnam. And they cut him open, his dick is in his mouth, like, wow. You know what I mean? It's real shit. So you over there, you watching your friends hanging in the jungle, they still alive. And guts hanging out and just dead.
That's why I said, can you imagine what they saw?
And have to kill your friends. Like my father hated having these conversations because you would have to kill your friends so they wouldn't suffer.
So they can stop suffering.
And then you in the jungle, and these motherfuckers got stereo systems in the jungle. Black man, go home. It's not your war. Like you listening to this propaganda and
it's playing in your head. Can you imagine the dreams they could have? He said his uncle came home in a week and went and did 30 years. My father still had
PTSD. He would wake up. Sometimes he didn't want to go to sleep because, like he said, he would be talking to his friends and shit. Yeah. And people that he killed. And you know what I mean? Like, that's some real ass shit. My wife's father went through the same shit. Waking up in cold sweats, fighting in your sleep. Like, that shit don't go nowhere.
It's not okay. And that's the same thing I think about these kids now who go to jail young. They think outside what they do makes them real or thorough or the man. But
I always say, take them over there. We'll see who the punks is.
That part. Because they ain't going to survive in that.
Take them over there and let them see.
And just imagine what they see when they get to jail and realize, I ain't a grown man at all. And then they got to come back on the street and try to function.
And I always tell everybody that. When you go to jail, that's like the NFL, the NBA. Everybody there is the top player. That's why they there, nigga.
That's why they there.
That's why they there.
They thought they was the top player out here. So now they ain't there. So now you got to go up against somebody who already been in the NFL 20 years.
Ain't no gun in there, nigga. You better put your foot on that wall and get ready to get to it. That's what that is. There's none of that.
Wow.
I remember my man is not little at all. He's a big dude. And he was like, yo, niggas come in the cell because my man was known for fighting. He's like, yo, we heard you get down, nigga. What's up? Like, you know what I mean? My man, like, these two niggas, like, fucking made him look like a chicken McNugget.
Right, because they were so big.
And then the crazy part of it is, rest in peace to my man Kelbo. He said my man Kelbo was, me and Kelbo about the same size. He said Kelbo come in and like diffuse the whole situation. Mm-hmm. A little motherfucker that's little than everybody and come in and diffuse the whole situation. But that's the type of shit that a change your life, man.
He came back and said, look it up. You can look it up. It's called the Red Car Bandit. That's his uncle.
Oh, shit.
That's who that was. That's his uncle. What the hell did he do? I gotta look that up. Because I
I'm-
want to know
I'm-
myself.
I'm
Shantae
research
Mack
that.
said real quick, yes, thank you for us being friends. And
That
Miss
right
V,
there is smooth, man. My father
it's nice
hated all
meeting
of
you.
that stuff, man.
It's nice meeting you as a new friend. Thank you, Shantae. It's always the light skinned ones. Y'all just cute as a button. Just cute as a button. Some light skin or carver people. Y'all just so nice. We passed the time. We've been past the time. I just wanted us to leave on a fun note.
You don't get on out of here on that, man. We holler at y'all, man. Cherish your parents and cherish your longtime friends.
That part.
And your close family members, man. It's not a game over here.
Peace.